This is LT Melton with FetchYourNews.com, and I'm here with Coach Sam Snider, the head coach of the Gilmer wrestling team. And today, Coach, you're hosting a Gramby camp for youth through high school wrestlers. Talk a little bit about your camp and what you guys are doing here today.
Well, we have probably 6th grade and maybe a few 5th graders, and it's 3 days, Monday through Wednesday, 8:30 to 3:30, and we got 92 plus kids here. 40 of them are from other schools, and 50 of them are our guys. It helps us get our technique in, and it's a great opportunity for other teams to learn the system that we do. We actually had a youth camp for really young kids the last 2 nights. That went fantastic. We had a dozen kids there, and very, very impressed with the advancements they've made in the last 2 years.
Now, Coach, I said to you off camera, and I'll say it to you on camera, I'm amazed that you're willing to share your knowledge with other schools. I mean, I can't imagine a coach who's had the type of success you had, basically teaching schools what you guys do and possibly how to counter the things that you do. Talk a little bit about having the environment here and how you guys openly welcome the competition to learn with you.
Right. One of them is a sense of necessity. It helps us when teams come. We've had a camp 1 year, up to 200 people, where 120 of them are paying customers at $90 a head. So it makes some money for our program, which is very helpful, very needed. But the next thing is several of these coaches, like the one from Gainesville, actually wrestled for us, and Coach Doe from Stevens this year. He was a former coach here, and know his family and everything. It's great to be able to have them come and have a less expensive camp. It's normally $300 to $400 a week to go away to a camp. It's fairly expensive when you try to get 20 kids in. So we can provide that for much less cost. And it gets back to wrestling in general. And they won't do everything that we do. They won't do all of our stuff, but they'll pick up a few cycles or sequences that help them. And they'll be good at it, and many of them are different classifications. We've probably had 25 to 30 different schools over the last 15 years come to our camp. Some for 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 10 years. It just changes, and we're grateful to have it.
Well, Coach, I just, again, literally it amazes me how you're so much a better person than you are a coach. And I know you take that as a compliment because you are a great coach. But I want to ask you again, what do you have that, or excuse me, what are your expectations for the upcoming year? Obviously, you guys are clearly preparing for that, and obviously you guys always expect to win the state titles. But this team being so young and haven't had so much success, people are already talking about maybe this may be one of the best wrestling teams ever in Gilmer history. What are your expectations and what are your plans as far as this next season is?
Right. You talked about the quality of person. Well, that's by the grace of God that we have the quality men that we do. They're all dedicated to making the kids character first and then use the talents to the best of our ability. So if we can teach them to have good character and work hard, we're going to set them up for the rest of their lives. With that in mind, this is one of the most impressive showings. Last year was one of the most impressive showings in the state for us to have 10 placers, 14 kids go, 8 people in the finals. That was huge. And then to think that only 2 seniors graduate, that's even bigger. Now the goal is, with such a large group of seniors and juniors this year, is to get all of them as much mat time as possible so they can all compete for a starting spot. And then have that come together as a team, thinking of the team first, not just individuals first, and get that concept in their mind. We can be successful, and it could be one of the best teams ever. It's just at this point, I'm not for sure who's going to start in half the weight classes, because it is that competitive right now between some juniors and seniors as far as who's going to fill in different spots, and that's exciting. So in the history of all the wrestling teams that we had, it'd be really cool to bring them all together in one big gigantic duel. And they all have positives. This group has the ability and the talent to be one of the best groups we've ever had.
Now, let me ask, Coach, with that being said, I know in football and basketballs they have the quote-unquote mythical national title, but could you guys compete for a national title in wrestling?
No. We're not at that level. We're going to fight this year to try to be the top team in Georgia, which means we can be the top team in several states. But in a national level, teams, there are many private schools in Ohio and different states where those schools can bring in 5, 6, 7 nationally ranked kids
Gotcha.
who win national tournaments. Now, that doesn't mean we don't have kids that compete at that level. We've got the high school national
You got the high school national champion as a sophomore.
We've got Matthew Waddell, who just came back from the tournament this past weekend in Ohio, where he took on 2 Fargo champions and wound up placing 5th. Incredible. We have some kids that can compete at that level, but we are still not where we have that huge team where you can throw 8 to 10 guys out there that can beat everyone.
Right.
They're good. They're very good.
Right.
And I think it takes probably 3 times the budget that we have.
I was about to say, you guys are homegrown, like you said.
Homegrown. It takes some move in, but that does not belittle where we're at. Where we're at is our kids in a duel, except for the elite, maybe 15 in the nation, in a duel can go against anyone in any state at any time and be very competitive. Now, that's something to be proud of in our county, that our kids, born, raised, growing up in LJ, Georgia, can compete with 99% of the nation. It's just not feasible to be a national championship team.
No shame in that.
There's a long ways to go from that. But it's something that's difficult to get to with a public high school program in one state.
Well, Coach, again, I appreciate your time and good luck throughout the season. Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.